My parents had a messy divorce due to my mom's infidelity. Now I'm here to spill the tea. It all started my first semester of college. I received a phone call from my dad crying on the phone saying that my mom had just upped and left with my siblings and our dogs. I was 4 hours away with no car and I couldn't go out there to be with him. I have never seen my dad like that in my whole entire life. He had no idea why she just up and left. Then the next day he found out. He was playing on the computer that they both used when he received a notification. She never logged out of her Facebook account and there it was clear as day she had been cheating. He found all the messages between her and her affair partner. What their plan was to live together and live happily ever after. My dad had realized my stupid mom had everything saved on this computer, but we don't find out the extent of what's on this computer until later. In case anyone is wondering, I'm my dad's best friend and I was the only one he felt like he could turn to. He told me everything. 2 weeks later, my mom comes back and it acts like nothing ever happened. My dad doesn't question it. He's just happy to have her back. He tells me this, and I called him an idiot. I told him don't get his hopes up and don't trust things. Then a week later happens. The affair partner is now ready to take the next steps with my mom after their fight. My mom moves out again and in with her affair partner when she leaves. But before she could, my dad confronts her about the affair. She tells my dad something I will never forgive her for. I never got to experience my life. I am gonna fuck around and do whatever I want for a year, and if I want to, then I might come back. He called me crying again asking me what do I do? She's your mom, we're supposed to be together, and I tell him what do you mean? What are you going to do? If this was me you would tell me to leave. Be a good role model and leave. Your kids are old enough to understand. I was 18 and my youngest sibling was 12. Things got only worse from there. People were asking what had caused them to split, and my mom was trying to flip the script to make it look like my dad's fault. First she told everyone that he was an abusive man, then she kept his children away from him. He wasn't allowed to see his children for 3 months. He was desperate to see them, so he arranged a meet-up with my mom to go see his children. He met up with her at her work and followed her to the place that my siblings were staying at. In that time she called the police and said her abusive husband was following her. My mom had forgotten my dad had text messages arranging for the meet-up. The police didn't believe her after my dad showed proof and she was livid. The police asked my dad if he wanted to press charges. He of course said no because that was the mother of his children. After that, my mom devised the new plan. She decided to report my dad for being suicidal and have him admitted, so my dad was taken, and I was called to verify that my dad wasn't suicidal. I was the only one that was old enough to verify for him. This took a major toll on my dad because there was some thoughts of suicide, but he wanted to do everything he could to be there for his kids. After that, he finally decided that he was going to go through with the divorce. So, he went back to the computer. He found more than just the affair. He found her Craigslist, and after searching through her messages, he found out that my mom had sex with my cousin. My cousin? The man that called me his little sister. The man that called my mom and his whole life. My family was livid. My dad is blood and fucked my dad's wife. They got too drunk at a bar apparently. But still we were not supposed to be this kind of family. That was it though. My dad had enough to divorce my mom and my relationship has been strained with her ever since. These aren't the only reasons. I have my own story, but this is my dad's. Update. Hey everyone, I got married. I was planning on updating after the wedding and here it is. A lot of you asked how things are now with my dad and mom. My dad is happily married to my stepmom. They dated for 6 years and have been married for 1 year. Of course when my mom heard about this she was surprised, but then decided it was fair because she was already married for 7 years. I tried so hard not roll my eyes at that comment. Side note, my stepdad has the same name as my dad. For more details about my parents' life. The divorce didn't go as planned for my mom. She thought all of her kids would live with her. To her surprise, all of her kids sided with dad and moved across the country to be with him when he moved. She didn't realize that when she did everything that she did, the consequences would be losing her kids. How could we not? She was a brat the whole time, trying to make us choose between family reunions. She was always late when it came to showing up to special events, and he was always there to support us. Also, for those of you wondering if all 3 of us are truly his, we still don't know. We also don't care. My father has loved us our whole lives and will continue to do so. On to the wedding. My dad was made to be a star on my day. He got walk me down the aisle and nearly cried during the father/daughter dance. He avoided crying by having us make silly faces at the cameras. My mom took a back seat. She was allowed to take a front seat, but she sat in the seat that was labeled for the best man. She was included in photos, but not ones that had dad in them. She did buy the drinks I asked for and a lot of alcohol that I didn't want. I didn't want hard liquor because I was trying to avoid needing event insurance. My mom also tried to interfere with my husband and I's portrait photos. Now let's get into a little drama. Luckily it wasn't a lot. I appointed someone to be a mom buffer. His job was supposed to save my dad when she tried to act like they were best friends. This was a request from my dad. He was fine because cordial with my mom, but didn't want her acting like she never screwed him over. My mom buffer failed. After the ceremony, when my husband and I took a private moment, my stepmom walked away for a drink and my mom sat next to my dad, locked arms with him and rested her head on his shoulder. My dad was shocked. My stepdad was livid. Then my stepmom came back and gave my mom the death stare of a century. My mom ran away and my stepdad ran away from the event. I had no idea this happened until my dad told me after the wedding. My dad is still wondering if my stepdad will be divorcing my mom after this. Other than that, I had a wonderful day, and if my mom gets to divorce again, I'll update you guys later. In the meantime, this petty potato would be enjoying her marriage. Thank you.